What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well today. Happy Friday to you, if it is Friday, when you watch this. Or if you are watching this. I see a bunch of hearts and stuff come out. Thank you to whoever's doing that. Hey Barbie, how's it going? Did I already say something funny? Hey, passerby, good day. Good day, mate. Actually, it would be good morning for you, wouldn't it? Happy tomorrow. Happy tomorrow down under. Yeah, I gotta make some orchid pots, so that's what's going on. What's going on with you guys? You guys having a good day? Morning for passerby? Or would it be morning? Yeah. SJM, good afternoon. Good afternoon, fellow mud dweller. And just making some orchid pots. Dwelling in the mud. I don't know if it's dwelling. My house is just dwelling. Woke up with actually I didn't wake up. I went to bed with there was like two or 3 inches of snow on the ground. Like, come on, it's spring. Probably the same for you, SJM, right? You had snow up there last night? You sliced the end up. Wait a minute. The end of my finger with a hand saw yesterday. Not sure I'm going to get the prototype. Oh, no. It's like a potter's worst nightmare. Well, but it heals up. Yeah, I just throw some super glue on it and get back to it. That's what I tell myself, because my boss is not so lenient. Austin, keep on rocking, brother. Will do. Rock. I'm always rocking. You wanna rock? Thank you for tuning in there, Austin. No snow for me. All right, cool. Ellie Rose, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I'll be fine. The teeth on the saw tore it up real good though. Yeah, that's not good. Hope he heals up, man. Nothing worse than getting cut on your hands for a potter, no matter how big the cut. It could be a real small one and be a massive annoyance, but that's what people don't really get, because when you throw a lot of pots, you're pretty much rips away all your calluses on your hands, because there's either stone or sand or grog or what went out in the clay, if that's the kind of clay you're using. But it rips away everything, so you're left with very soft hands with no calluses. So all my calluses are on my fingertips because I play guitar, so those stay. Probably because they're decades of being built up. So I'm putting holes in the sides of these pots because they're orchid pots, and orchids like to have a lot of aeration, and drainage, all that good stuff. So the roots end up growing outside of these holes, which ends up looking really awesome. And they're planted with a more of a bark kind of mix rather than a soil. So for those of you thinking that the soil might just come out, that's not what happens. So, let's see. It's okay, but I'm a bit nervous for tomorrow. Don't be nervous about going to London. That'd be fun. You should be excited. Could be excited. I would be excited. We go right over to Abbey Road, knock on the door, and say, "Sorry, I'm late." As James says, I also use heavily grog clay too because of my aggressive firings. Yeah, exactly. This mix here it's stoneware, so it has sand in it, more so than grog. But same point. I'd love to do a barrel firing, what you were doing up there last time I saw your stuff. It'd be fun to do. I mean, I've thrown them in before, just into the fire pit, threw a couple pots in, and we'll see what happens. I don't know how hot they got, to be honest with you. They rang at the end, though. Wait a minute, it's only 2 hours away from you when you're in Liverpool? Yeah, definitely don't be nervous. You're good. I was thinking you had like a, I don't know, 7-8 hour flight, another 4 or 5 hours waiting at an airport. Hey, thanks for the likes, guys. Appreciate that. And happy Friday to you, if it's Friday. Might be tomorrow for some people. Might be Saturday. Question for the chat: what are you doing this weekend? We know what Lily Rose is doing. What are you guys? What else is everybody doing? Hey, Fresh Cup, what's up, buddy? Hope your day is treating you well, Joel. Always nice to see you here. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Yeah. I already knew you were going to one. I was asking everybody else, what is your weekend plan? Do you have plans? If you don't, that's cool too. Having no plan is sometimes a good plan. Me, I have to work. That's what I have to do. Passerby, this weekend I'm still working. Yep, exactly. Same with me there. Yeah. Dropping tools. Can't hang on to it. I need something to calm me down before London. All right, I'll use the force. You will be calm. Joel says, kiln. Yeah, hooking up the kiln this weekend for Joel. Let's get a W in the chat for Joel getting his kiln hooked up. This is going to be a big weekend for him. I'm personally very excited for him. All right, there you go. 1 W. That's all I asked for was 1. We don't need many. Will you film that for us, Joel? Barbie asks. Pay attention to what you're doing, Ben, because you might mess up. Right now I'm just cleaning up these holes with a little bit of water and just smoothing them up. That was a T-ball for many different jokes, I would imagine. Let's see if anybody takes the bait. Lily Rose, you always know how to make me laugh. Okay, well I didn't really know. I was actually trying to really pass on the force to you. Make you feel relaxed. Passerby says it's an uppercase W for Joel because he's worth it. Should I read it like and try to do your accent? Absolute fail. It's an uppercase W, mate. Joel, he's worth it. Just the electrical going in. Barbie probably will once, if I get it running. Yeah. Again, you will get it running. It's not a case of if, it's when. It's awesome, man. the whole progression of your pottery journey has been so much fun. Mine, on the other hand, okay. That bucket is completely full of slop. It's time to do a reclaim, and a very big one at that. Definitely be a day or two of reclaim. You got about a couple 1,000 pounds, a ton at least, I would imagine. I will be sore, even though we have a machine, to get the stuff to the point where I could use the machine. And then using the machine itself is actually quite, yeah, you use a lot of muscles to do it. Sunset, what's up? How's it going, Sunset? Hope you're doing well today. Down in the yak. She's on the yaka now, right? Back to being over there in the yak. It looked like it was going to be a nice day to go riding on my motorcycle this week, one day, and I was going to head over to New York, but it didn't end up happening. It ended up being snowy. 2-3 inches of snow last night. We're supposed to get 5 or 6 inches of snow tonight. Here in lovely Goshen. I ain't shoveling it. I will let it do its thing. I ain't gonna do it. Waldo. We were wondering where Waldo was, and there you are. Look, everybody, we found Waldo. How are you, Waldo? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Let's see. Joel says, I'm stoked to get some firings done. Going to pick up some ceramic bars and cones tomorrow. So you never know. Might be a bit of firing next weekend. Nice. Well, that's just exciting. I should have thought when I sent you up a box. I had a bunch of cones I could have sent. I don't use them. I rely on my digital readout. It's fine by me. It seems to be pretty darn accurate, unless the thermocouple goes. But being a kiln setter, you want to have the right cones. You can have the ones where you look in, but I guess for a proper test, but really, just the kiln setter one usually works just fine. It really depends on, when you're glazing. So for a bisque, yeah, just use the regular cone. It would be my suggestion, but people can say that would just be mine. Sabrina, how's it going? Probably it's April now. It sounds unusual for this time of year for you know. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not completely out of the question, but out of the for the last 5 years it hasn't been. So. When we first moved to Goshen here, our back lawn had snow in it the first year. All the way until like June 13th, there was a huge thing of snow out back. And it wasn't a pile we made or nothing, it just was there. Like, man, it's June. There's still snow out there. Everywhere else in the area did not have snow. Just Goshen. You look at a horticultural map, there's like out of the zone map, there's this little dark blue spot in Connecticut, or even purplish, and that is the town I live in. So we were at what, 1,500 feet altitude, probably something like that. And all the towns around us are at like, I don't know, 12. So that 300-foot difference really makes a big difference. Dum 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 dum. Ah. So Brandon, my favorite pots. Yeah, the orchids. Yeah. You have ordered some of these. Yep, I'm making some more. I'm out of stock on this style. There's one that is imperative to go out, and then I'm gonna start making some other styles just to have around in person at the shop. So. Yeah, that's the plan for Friday. Orchids usually aren't on the production list for Fridays because try to get the harder things to make out of the way earlier in the week. But this week I had the store order that you guys watched, and had to make some bigger pots for the shop, and versus June. Wow, yeah, no, I'm not kidding. That was it's funny because one of our friend's parents, when we first moved in here, was like, "Oh, I know the house you live in. You'll have snow in there have snow in your back lawn until June." We were like, "Yeah, all right, dude, whatever." Thought he was just crazy. And we did. He would drive by and be like, "That house still has snow." Of course it's the house we moved in. Wow, thanks for the 22 likes, guys. There were 23 likes. Sheesh. It's nice of you. Welcome to the 28 people watching. Hope you're all having a decent day, night, whatever it may be. Shanae, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in, Shanae. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to you. Just doing my thing, making orchid pots. The shop, actually these are for my website. The next batch of stuff that I do after this style will be for the shop. Max, what's up? How are you? Hope you're doing well today. Shanae says, let you? Well, thank you for letting me. Passing by. There's my wake-up call. 12-hour shift. Frown face. Well, good luck with your 12-hour shift, bud. Wake-up call. You're already awake. You're in this live stream. Oh, goodness. Thank you for being here today, man. And I hope you have a good work day. Or work night. Or I guess, yeah, night for you. Sheesh. Got a hard worker down there. Down under. It's a pleasure to always see you in here, man. Thank you. So that bucket of reclaimed clay, it's all types of clay mixed in. You just make something special with it, or how does that work? Firing times 4 different clays, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, well, yeah. Well, that was like 20 questions. Okay. So I keep my clays separate. So the reclaim for the white clay that I'm using here, it goes all in the same buckets. And the reclaim for the red clay goes in separate buckets. And I keep them separate. I don't mix them together. I have mixed them together in the past, but I personally do not like pink flower pots. So that's what would happen if I mix those both together. So yeah, I always keep the different clay bodies that I use separate from each other. So then I, use a couple different methods to bring the clay back to consistency to be able to throw. So that's a great thing about clay, is that all your scraps can be used again. Also, I have a machine that helps, obviously, so that's very nice. But once I put it through, it's not a de-airing pug, which would suck all the air out of the clay. So it just homogenizes it pretty well. So then after I do that, I make it to a very soft consistency, put it off to the side, and then wait a while so it just all gets even more homogeneous together. And then put it back through again and use it. But because I don't have a de-airing pug, it's not, it's way more handwork. A lot more wedging needs to be done to the clay. But what's great about it is that it's already there, and you kind of start to feel like, oh, this is clay that is extra, which it's not, because you already purchased it and whatnot in the past. But it's kind of one of those feelings. So I will probably be doing that pretty soon here. It's definitely needed. Hopefully that answers your question. Shanae, now you're mad. What's wrong, Shanae? I see, thank you. Dennis Gale says hi. Gale, cool. Gale's a family name. Where are you out of, Dennis Gale? Yeah, Shanae, why do you get so mad? What happened? Password, I'll be lurking while I get ready. Keep an eye on Fire before yeah, well. You best do so. You best do so. She needs to behave herself. Dennis Gale, hey, how's it going? And you said hi again. Hello to you. very quiet. Hunting rabbits. I think I'm gonna talk like this the rest of the stream. I can hear your bones creaking. I'm so old that my bones are cracking every second. If you whisper like ASMR, I'm out of here. You will now go drive a train. All right, I won't whisper anymore, passerby. I don't want you leaving. It's like watching my son. What you talking about, bud? That's a horrible impression of Joel. Riley, cool pot. What are the holes for? They are for orchids. Orchids like to have air. So, and they're planted in a bulk, or a bark mulch bulk. Sheesh. I'm gonna go back to whispering for passerby. Because he passed her by and went right for him. Profile. Let's see. Mandy, yeah, how's it going, Mandy? Do you sell or ship to Canada? I wish I did, but there's so much price involved with commission or sending stuff over the border. So, and every time I used to do it, and it got to be like so much paperwork for every individual item. So, unfortunately, I don't at the moment. But there's a great potter that's in the chat right here named Fresh Cup of Joel. And down the road, you never know. Maybe he'll be selling his wares. He's in Canada. Fellow Canadian. He's not selling them now, but in the future he probably will. You guys are in love? I need that orchid pie. Well, when I want to figure out how to be able to do it, so at some point I will. You can always check back in here. I really would like to be able to ship to Canada soon. But figuring out shipping stuff, I sent one box to a friend up in Canada, and it was a very small 10-inch by 10-inch box, or maybe it's 12 by 12. And to make sure that it got there within like 5 days, it cost $92 to ship it there via USPS. So that's not very economical for anybody, is it? Though I don't know the prices for USPS, or I'm sorry, UPS. But I now know that the United States Post Service is not the way to go with that. So this is just a taller version, same amount of clay. So this will be the same height and same width. The other one was a squat version. A little bit lower and wider. It's going well, been keeping busy, going through my house and donating things. Nice. Felt uneasy and didn't know why until I let things go, belongings wise. Yeah. Good on you though. If you could come visit and make some here. Yeah, I would love to. That's not out of the question for the future. There's a certain Potter will be sleeping on this couch, probably. Yeah, he'd make me sleep outside, which I'd be down. Someday. Over the rainbow, I'll go to Canada. What's a Canada? What's a Canada? That's right, right. What province are you from, Riley? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Ontario. I wonder who else is in Ontario. Country Carpenter. Yeah. Nice one, Country Carpenter. Oh, man, yes, it's hard to do. One of the many wonders of the world has yet to answer. What do you mean by that? CK, hey, how's it going? Hope you and your lovely wife are doing good. Yeah, we're both doing well. Thank you. Thank you for that. We're both doing well. No, I can't speak for her, but I'm going to. I think she's doing well. No, we're doing great. And thank you for such a kind comment. I will relay that you said such. I don't think she's watching. Maybe she is. But thank you so much, CK. Riley, a pottery lover is a pottery lover no matter what. Well, there could be a what. There could be a few whats, actually. Riley says, does Cup of Joel, it's Joel, but Fresh Cup of Joel, do live pottery? Yes, he does. He actually streamed his first 100 times throwing pots. First time he was on the wheel, 100 different times. And he streamed the first, all that, and now he is doing live streaming and a little bit of long form videos. So he does, and you should check it out. So he streamed this whole learning process. So I would highly recommend his channel. And if maybe somebody could throw up, our passerby already did. Passerby just threw in the link for you. Go and check out his channel. I would recommend it. And if it's not there, he is in my channel. You go to my channel page. It says Friends of Wolff Pottery. And he's on that list. Fresh air makes everything better. Yeah. Miro, hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Fresh air makes everything better. Yeah, tell that to Joel. Yeah. But need a pottery conference so everyone can make something together. Like online here or like in person? Drum roll. Either. Yeah. Well, Joel and I have streamed together live on his channel and my channel here. And we'll probably do it again soon, I would imagine. If the last one wasn't too much for him. I'm sure he'll want to do it on his channel this time. So he can ask the questions. I'm in for it whenever that happens. I know it. Miro says, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you, Miro? Marley, how do I get alerts for when a live stream is on? So you would just hit the bell button. So you go to my channel description page and you would hit the bell and it would say, how would you like to get the notification? That's pretty much how you do it. And you set it up to either get a notification on your phone or however your notifications are set up on YouTube. Could be via email. But most people get it like it's like just a message pops up notification on your phone. But yeah, hit that bell for this channel. You have to catch all the lives because at the end of every year I quiz everybody. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's the same. For videos, just make sure notifications are on. Yeah, there you go. Awesome, thanks everyone. This is the most friendly stream ever. Wow. Hang on tight, because things change very quickly around here. We do have awesome people, though, that tune in. Sometimes the humor gets a little out of hand. So I hope to not let you down in the future. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing if that's what you did. Very nice of you. Welcome to you. Yeah, Riley, do you do pottery? Good question from Fresh Cup of Joel. Margaret Riley's a really good group of people. Used to air dry, only used air dry clay before. Cool. Yeah, I've always seen that there is air dry clay, and I wonder what it's like if you can throw it or not, other than just molding or sculpting, rather. All right, there's a taller version. So this one's right now it's about 8 inches by 8 inches. And it'll shrink down to probably, 7 by 7, something like that. Absolutely great to have you. This community has a big circle of potters, not just Ben. Yeah. Mandy, I'll check out your channel too. I wouldn't do that. No, I'm kidding. You're mostly into yarn crafts right now, like crochet. Cool. Nice. Only did that a little bit when I was a kid. So I know I wouldn't be able to do that right now, that's for sure. But my mama makes me a hat. My mama makes me a hat every year for Christmas, holiday. This is the one I have that I've been wearing been wearing all the time. She makes one every year, but I put them all aside and use the same one for as long as I can get out of it. That way, I have just piles and piles of them set aside. For when she doesn't make them anymore. But I love handmade hats. And so they don't have content. Yeah. Create and relate. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Country Carver, hello. Yeah, I already saw you, Country Carver, didn't I? Did I not say hi? I'm sorry, man. I hope you're doing well. When did Tom Hanks get here? He got here a little while ago. He wasn't walking, he was running. Riley says, that's awesome. I used to have a dog, but now I have 4 rabbits. What do you make? Do you make anything for rabbits? Moonlight says, hi. How's it going, Moonlight? Ben, you should do a class live so we can follow along and learn how to make something with your instructions. Yeah, I haven't done that per se, but I definitely, when people ask, I can, describe exactly what I'm doing. In most lives, I do describe just that. But, I have been trying to figure out a way to do some kind of classes, virtually. Because I think that's a good thing to have to do. And, I don't know. I have a bunch of people that have asked. So, it's just so much nicer to do in person, so. But I'm not afraid. I ain't afraid to try it. Trying to help out somebody on there. Pottery journey via video. Speaking of Tom Hanks, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the game, but my dad made Forrest Gump on fire. Like, that's his character? He hates the movie, but made a character. Maybe he likes the book, because the book is completely opposite from the movie. I would take your class. You probably have lots of helpful tips with your experience. Oh, cool. Well, it's $1,000 an hour to take the class. No, I'm kidding. No, I do need to figure something out, though. Because that would be fun to do. And like I said, it's so much easier in person. Like I taught a class last year with my father, and we had, I don't know, I think it was about 10 or 11 students in there, all at different skill levels, and I had a blast doing it. It was so much easier in person because, we could, obviously talk to them and tell them, but we could show them, and then we could literally, if I had permission. I asked, can I grab your hands? And they say yes. And I would grab their hands and make them do it with their hands. And they'd feel how much pressure was needed to put into the pot. And when that happened, um, one person went, whoa, okay. And then I looked back at the next pot she was working on. And I just smiled to her and nodded. And she was like, yep. I was like, yep, that's all you needed. Just somebody to grab the hands and go, see, this is what you need to do. This is how much pressure. She was kind of at a stuck spot, not really able to move. And it was supposed to be a further along class, not just beginners, because the class was called throwing by the gallon. So we were throwing, somewhat 6 pounds can be pretty much a gallon. I could probably throw a gallon pot with 4 pounds, but with flower pots, 6 pounds is pretty close to a gallon. So pretty much that and above. So, but there was people in there that only were throwing with 2 pounds or whatnot, and that was new for them, and they just needed to feel what it was like how much pressure they needed to push on. And for helping with the walls, leaving some clay there for them to grab a hold of and this and that. It's such a cool thing to be able to do in person. But trying it virtually would be fun to do. I'm not opposed to it. Well, I'm missing chat. Sorry, guys. Create and relate. Your lives always relax me. Nice. Sorry if they don't when they don't. Good question. Also, missed that. Whatever that was. Riley says, our elementary schools all had someone come in and teach us pottery one time. We made little castles, and only time I've ever done it. Oh, cool. My dad used to go in and do that. He did that for the high schoolers around here, which was a little embarrassing when you were in high school and you see your dad come into school to make pots in the art room. Because he would make pots and then he'd play banjo and the whole school would hear it. And he'd be like, come on, man. What are you doing to me, man? But years later, how many people, from that school and the surrounding schools have mentioned to me, I remember when your dad came to our school and did this or that with either pottery or music, and, how it affected them positively. And it was just cool to hear because, being a kid, you'd be embarrassed. But it was a cool thing. I'm at school. You're watching this at school? Ben, what's the biggest mistake you've ever made on your pottery journey? Any catastrophes? I didn't. The biggest mistake was not made by me, but it involved my pots. My dad took a batch of my mugs that I made. They were not bisqued, and they were not dry. And he glazed them and said, they'll be fine. And he did this stuff because he didn't care, because he didn't make the item. So he still does that to this day. But luckily I fire all my stuff. But anyway, he put them in a outdoor high fire kiln and glazed them without bisquing them or even getting them bone dry. So about 20 minutes into the firing, all you heard was dunk, 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 dunk. They were all blowing up. And they blew up. And when they blow up, all of the shards go on to all the other pots. So he not only ruined my little mugs that I made, he ruined pretty much his whole batch of pots he had above all his mugs. So it was not my catastrophe. That was his doing. So that was the worst one I was involved with. The worst one that I was involved with, that was my doing, was I made a batch of pots for the Washington National Cathedral, and that is where all the presidents go and whatnot in Washington, D.C. And I was making a large order for them, and I was making in the garage here, and the temperature dropped down below freezing, and the garage did as well. And so I made about probably 100 of this size pot in one day, and they were all sitting out there. And I came out the next morning and they were all cracked and messed up. Yeah, all cracked and messed up. So I just smashed them all. So glad to hear me like it too. School. And you got my longest loves for. What is this one? Yeah, Moonlight. If you don't mind, please don't share your age unless you are over 18. Just out of safety, because there's creeps on the internet. I think wait a minute. I think I love Minecraft with building being the main focus. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking to, Mandy, but yeah, I actually really enjoy Minecraft. I love the building aspect. Let's see, Riley. Oh no, he learned his lesson. Thanks for the story, but of course, of course. What's going on here? Garden. How are you, Garden? And I don't think Garden is that. It's just a joke, but either way, yeah. I try to keep it, try to keep ages. Keep people safe as much as possible. Welcome to you, Garden. Hope you're doing well over in Scotland, right? From the Highlands, the Highlander. Up there with Connor McLeod and the Clan McLeod. The Kurgan. If anybody's getting my reference, that'll show how old they are. Yeah, why did I grab that one? Dummy. I like hearing stories of people's journeys, Korean Relate says. Nice. Animal Crossing is always pretty. I've lost what you guys are talking about, sorry. As sweet and innocent as fresh cup of Scotch whiskey. My favorite show is set in Scotland, Outlander. Was that a take on Highlander? Is that like all the shows? Like Overlander, Underlander, Highlander, Lowlander. Yeah, boats. But welcome to you, guys. Ben makes us a tiny orchid pot. My hands are like really big, so I don't throw it too small. I kind of throw 1 pound and above, and the 1 pounds are kind of a pain. So I usually mainly throw stuff that's 2 pounds and over. Highlander bed. Oh my God, you got some stitches? Oh no, I'm sorry, did I cut you? Sorry about that. At least you're stitched up. You guys are doctors, right? Right. Hashtag big hand problems. Yeah. I don't know what to do with my hands. Nah, but 1 pound pieces, they're just, I can do them, but just, there's a happy place for every, there's a happy place for everybody's throwing. And mine is pretty much the 4 pound piece. That's where I am certainly most happy throwing. Wow, good information, 2 pounds and bigger. Yeah, just, well, when your hands are big, like you have to, like really, whatever, mess around with stuff. So, yeah, 2 pounds and bigger for. That's gonna be cut. Ah. Riley says, my best friend went fishing and hooked her thumb, and her doctor had to go to surgically move the barb and stitch her up, and she kept fishing. Yeah, that's what I'd do. With his pots, and just go right back to it. I'd use super glue, depending how big the putt is, but that is not proper advice. Do not take that as advice. Here in the States, we used to have a thing called new skin. I don't even know if they make that anymore. Do they make that anymore? Has anybody seen that? It's pretty much super glue. Did you say Tiny Joel has got tiny hands? I don't know. I'm just a Scot. Be nice to Joel Garden. Oh, now you're switching teams there, Mandy? Yeah, Garden, be nice to Joel. Just joking, sorry. Joel says, I do in fact have tiny hands. Whatever, man. It's not like it was your choice. I'll take the tiny hands. That we know of. Maybe he did choose that. Maybe he did choose. Riley, new skin is amazing. Okay, so they still make it. Using it since childhood in Canada. Yeah, okay, so they do still make it. I just haven't seen it anywhere. Maybe it's like not allowed here, but it is elsewhere. Garden says, it's okay. I invite Joel over to beat me if he can catch me. You didn't know Joel was a professional runner? He's like won medals for running. So, fun fact. And I don't know if he can run over to you. He might have to swim or get on a boat or a plane, but don't test him. Joel makes some tiny orchid pots with those tiny. Joel makes some tiny orchid pots. Oh, this is gonna turn into. Is this a new thing? Is this what's going on now? Like small hand jokes? I didn't have anything to do with this, Joel. Just to let you know. It's not like the bagged milk situation. That was my fault. Actually, it's kind of your fault for telling me, but. Yeah, Manny's switching teams. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Like actual team, or is that like a strange reference? Not the long strength. Small hands equals less resistance. Defend. Defend yourself, my friend. I need to see the next love and check out the next love. Oh, you mean live? This is good. That was taken the wrong way by me. I love when spelling mishaps occur, and it kind of reads as something different. Oh, they never forgot that. No, I never did. That was that's yeah. Remember one day we were joking about that, and then somebody came in with their like it literally the algorithm literally brought somebody in with the name Milk. It's like YouTube is a funny thing. And I'd love to be here. Everybody shout out YouTube. Hashtag YouTube is awesome. Team Joel. Now look who's switching. You gotta run. Nice. Create and relay. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a good day and weekend for that matter. I haven't been streaming on weekends because I have to help run a retail shop. So you never know. I might go live with my father if I can. It'd be fun to get him on the live again. It's always a hoot. But have a good one. Appreciate you. Team Crust versus Team Smooth. Ugh. Oh. Well. Be a team. How about Team Clean? And Crust or Trust. Well, if you guys trust Crust, I'm against it. All right. I am going with Team Clean. Because if you guys are all into Stickler, then that's a weird thing to be into. Weird. Bad YouTube. Hashtag bad makes YouTube awesome. Bag milk is just an Ontario thing. Yes. Yes, it is. Welcome to you, Trina. Did bag milk really just bring in somebody? The guttural disgust in Ben's voice. Yeah, no, it's save the trees, leave it be. Yeah. He wants you to make like a tree and get out of here. Team clean for the win. Yeah. I would hope so. In the long run, it would be, I would imagine. Don't hate in bag milk. No, I thought it was funny. Just because it's abnormal for here, but I don't hate it. I grew up on a farm, so I could drink out of a pail if I had to. Right, the tree. That's right, Joel. What's this week's clay clam challenge? Is it I'm sorry I haven't looked. I rely on you. No, I could just look. Never mind. Isn't it like a weird tool? Something? It was talked about for weeks. I was haunted by bag milk, and I don't even drink milk. Yeah, I know. It was. It was literally weeks. It could have even been a month or two, to be honest with you. You had to chisel pieces off for your coffee because it froze. Using an unexpected weird tool. Well, how am I going to do that if you're all the way up in Canada? Never ends. Hardy har 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 har. Or I'll do it for you, Joe. The dirt. Dirt. Canada isn't that far, bro. No, it's only like, it's 8 hours or so for me. So, you're right, that's not that far. And one day, I should make my way up there. It's pretty much amazing they have them. All my friends back in the day, because the drinking age was younger up there, they would get on the train and cruise up to Montreal. And I never went with them. So I was like, I'll just drink here. I used to go 8 hours to Michigan just to check out the different wildlife. Yeah, exactly. 8 hours really isn't. Karen says, Cup of Joel, don't run over to beat my butt with yo maple tree. Please, was just joking. Sorry, I'll be nice as mice and nice as a Scot can be. Now, I could probably rap that. As nice and mice as Scot can be. Hey, I promise I'll be sweet as a maple maple beacon pie? Well, that's interesting. A maple beacon. I won't guard. I'm just going to send a swarm of Canadian geese over. Exactly. With this horn. We'll just blow into a conch. And all the geese will go flying over to Scotland and soil the land around you. You know what I'll do, Joel, is buy you one of those. You can buy a foot by a foot in Scotland so you can be a lord. Which is probably total farce. Would be funny as hell. Those geese got a mean streak in them. They can. Random, but Joel, did you tune into their #1 viewer? They also passed 1 million total views. They're able to tell that Joel is the #1 viewer. That's crazy. Oh, pecan. It's moose, not a conch. It's a moose call, not a conch. Well, if you're in Nova Scotia, maybe a conch. I was referencing the Lord of the Flies. Come on, is that too far of a stretch? Did you pull a muscle? No, maybe. That's cool. Yeah, it is cool. 1 million views. That's awesome. I don't even know how many views I have. What is that, in like the channel description or something, maybe? It makes sense. I used to play their streams on repeat when they were trying to get monetized. Oh, that's awesome of you. Creepiest viewer. That brings the whole I'm just lurking into. The perspective, I'd say. Guard says, LOL, I never said I could spell. You know, and you can't. You're halfway there. I can't really spell well either. I believe it's W-E-L-L, but I could be wrong. Mandy, I tried to do. And you have a garden and use your own pots or just focus on the pots? We have like perennial gardens. Not too much. I mean, we plant up a few things every year, but now I'm so busy with the pots. I have my own website. I have 36 stores that I sell to, and I help run a retail shop. So it's pretty much pots nonstop. But one day when I have my own store, I will most certainly be potting up a ton of stuff. Because my wife and I really do love potting plants up. And that's why I love all this stuff. Plus, I get to see all my customers use them. Like some crazy, amazing customers I have, and it's just crazy what they do with them. Let's see, not sure. I think it was looking at analytics in YouTube Studio. Not sure though. Nick was looking. I think I can. Let me see if I can do it on mine. Because I'm pretty sure if I go to my channel description, it says. let's see. If I hit more. Oh, there it is. I have 778,303 views. That's cool, huh? Oh, Joel already did it. Ah, it just beats me right to everything. Thank you, my friend. It's interesting to know. That's a lot. That's a lot of views and not as many followers. So that gives you a percentage of how many people like it. Oh, that's hilarious, actually. You got 1 million views, but you only got like 4,000 subscribers. So, percentage-wise, oh, that's hilarious. Garden, you sound like everyone in Highlander. Okay, somebody else knows Highlander. Marvin, you team Joel? Huh. I bet Joel is your #1 viewer here, too. Maybe. He very well might be. I don't know. You're #1 in my book, dude. Oh, in all seriousness, we love you, laddie. Oh, in all seriousness, we love you, laddie. Sorry, that was a horrible impression. I probably sounded more Irish. My bad. Ben, do you smoke while you smoke pot while making pots? No, I don't smoke pot. I stopped that like whatever 8, 9 years ago. I'm not like against it or anything. Just didn't work for me anymore. Oh, it worked. I just didn't like it anymore. Jimmy. Welcome back to you, Jimmy. Stopped. How do you deal with life? I just live it, man. You don't need to deal with life. If you do, that's sad. Nah, I just wasn't into it anymore. I'm gonna deal with life by living it. That's what I do. Like I said, I don't care. I had some great times when I was younger. And they're great memories. So, like I said, I'm not against it whatsoever. Just, I didn't like it anymore. It wasn't like what it was when I was younger. It turned into something different. He says, fair enough. Plus, I get clay all over it if I was to do it while I was working. End up with a brick in my pipe. Thank you guys for the 47 likes today. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. Hey, I see all these smiley faces popping up. I hearts, smiley face. They should add more ones like poop and poop emoji. Surprised that one's not in there. That emoji, that's the one that's popping up in a moment. Yeah, there you go. Jimmy just typed in a poop. Jimmy. Jimmy thing. That was my impression of Dave Matthews. Up and down, you see monkey do Jimmy thing, yeah. I didn't even know this one existed. No, I didn't either. No, I did. You know, you learn something every day, Jimmy. But salute to you as well. That's an American salute right there. Then you ever enjoy a nice bottle of Fanta? That's like old school. No. If that's like is that some kind of like baiting thing now? Like it's some kind of joke that I'm not in tune with. I cannot for the life of me figure out how much Nick found that stat. I know. I think he's just like, yeah, Joel is. I mean, he's just assuming. Or maybe look under. Maybe because you're a member. But oh, you don't have any members on your channel. Yeah, okay. I'll check on mine and see if there's any stats under membership and let you know. Because that may be his insight on that. Unless, oh, who knows? Nightbot told him, Joe. Nightbot told him. Let's see. I should set up memberships soon. Yeah, I got memberships here. There's a couple in the chat today. Garden's a member. Who else is a member? Joyce isn't here. Joel is a member. He was gifted a membership. Honestly, might be Nightbot. Yeah. Which would be interesting to know that it would be able to collect that kind of information. You know what I mean? Like that's very, very interesting. That's my guess. Other than if it showed, cause I mean, under my memberships, I don't think it shows anything about like the analytics of the person viewing. So, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. This is how us 80s kids figure things out. We just be like, yeah, that sounds right. It's Nightbot. I guess that's a Google search you're on now. Yay me. What are the holes for? Decoration. No, they're for orchid pots. So orchids like to have drainage and air hitting the roots. So they make orchid pots. And they also, the roots end up growing outside of them, you know, out of the holes when you plant them. So they're not planted up with soil. They're planted up with like a bark. So the soil doesn't flow through the pot. It stays in there, and you water orchids really quickly. You put them in underwater, you drain them out quick, and that's how they like to be watered. They don't like to be sitting in water. Water logging an orchid would not be happy. It would not be a happy plant. I'm planning on filming a couple challenges ahead of time and doing membership premieres for them. Oh, nice. I don't know. Oh, I have time seeing anyone becomes a member on my channel. They probably will, dude. Come on. I don't think anybody become members here. But the ones that did, they have no idea that they're getting $1,000 each per month for doing so. No. Disclaimer, I am just kidding. Can you just plant orchids? Can you just plant orchids in the ground? Orchids kind of naturally grow like in between like tree branches. That's where you find many of them. Like here in the States, you find them in Florida, in that zone. So I don't really know if you'd find many of them just in the ground per se, unless it was a very, I don't know. I haven't even been down to Florida. So to answer your question, I don't really know. If that's the case, I've always told that they were mainly found in trees. So, hence tree orchids. But they could be. So of course we will give it a shot. Why not, right? I saw one of your dad's pots at a plant nursery. It said Guy Wolff and Company from 1999. Oh, cool. Yeah, so my dad used to design pots starting around 99. And those pots were made in other countries. Those pots are made in China, Malaysia, Vietnam, Honduras, whole bunch of places. So if you see a pot that says G. Wolff and Company on it, it was not made by my father. It was made by somebody else. Some of them also were made here in the States and Wisconsin. So, but that company lasted, I don't know how long that lasted, probably 10 years or something. Something like that. Well, fine, and welcome to you, Will Reed. Hope you're doing well. Hey, there you see, Joel. I tie myself out for you and deleted my own comment. Hey, let's be true. I didn't even see what comment you deleted. No, I mean, if you guys need to go at it, go at it. Get out of your system. I didn't even know what you wrote and then deleted because I was busy looking at the pot that I'm making. Oh, thanks, guard. Lol. You heard me, I crazy talker. You've been drinking again, guard. Jimmy, do you use oxides in your clay? No, not in the clay, no. I do not. This is just a standard white stoneware clay body. can use oxides for different colorants. Are you making pots, Jimmy? Do you make pottery? BTS Army, hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, I'm all about the pots, just different kinds of pots. Nice. Nice, Jimmy. Cleanthus, hello, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Always a pleasure to see you. See your name, that is. But you look good too. Nice shirt. Garden, we're taller than Joel. You taller than Joel? How tall are you? I never get a chance to watch you live due to some or other reason, but I can state it, I guess. Nice. You guess? I guess. Well, welcome to you. Thank you for tuning in. We're clicking on rather than tuning in. That's how old I am. Tuning in. You love Bella Barbie long time? I hear doggy clicking around. Is he with you? I didn't really hear Buddy walk around, but or you don't hear him walking around. He usually is. He's upstairs. He's up his with his mama. Maybe he'll come down. You never know when Buddy will make an appearance. Buddy got all muddy today. Muddy Buddy. He's running around in the snow and mud. Muddy Buddy. Muddy Buddy. Muddy Buddy. That's what I was singing to him. We can tell, you know, but I'm. Yeah, thanks, Joel. Garden, if you're only 17, if you don't mind, please don't mention your age just for safety's sake. My old dog would never go in the basement. She just didn't want to. Oh. Nah, mine does. He just likes, if he's able to be with his mama, warmer, I'm sure that's where he likes to be. Plus, I think he doesn't like the camera, to be honest with you. He's like, kind of goes, who is he? Who the hell is he talking to? He's just over in the corner talking. So I might freak him out. He might think I'm an absolute lunatic. I kind of am. For letting you guys just like watch me in the basement. It's a pretty odd thing. We all are around 7 feet. You're 7 feet tall, Garden? just joking. Oh, you're just mentally 16. Oh, well, yeah. Well, that checks out. So you're mentally older than I am. Thank you, Ben Gabriel. Maybe he thinks you're talking to a ghost. Right. You never know what the poor guy's thinking. I mean, it's a weird thing to live stream. You guys, I ain't gonna lie. Not that I ever do. But I'm going to disclaim that I'm not going to lie. That it's weird. Weird to live stream. Because you guys just are watching some dude in his basement making pottery. And then sometimes, there's been times, I think, where there's, you know, a couple hundred people watching or something. And if you picture all those people in your basement, those people that you don't know, that'd be pretty weird. Okay. Hey. Jimmy, you seem comfortable live streaming. Yeah, I don't have a problem doing it. I mean, it's just, literally, it's just like getting texts or whatever it is. You just see a message, but I don't personally like it because I can see myself on the phone, so I don't like, I'm not a big fan of mirrors. There's no mirrors around here, so, but the phone looks like it's a reverse mirror, so. Oh, I guess mirrors are reverse anyway, so yeah, whatever. There's a mirror looking at me, and then people writing to me, so. Yeah, like, ugh. Jimmy, some guy in his basement is just as long as he. Bam. Done. Yeah. It's, put the lotion in the basket. Wow. We got a Wild Bill reference here. Put the dog in the bucket. That was a horrible try at that there, Riley, but I tried it. I got my 9th grade class results. Guess what I got my 9th grade class results. Guess what percentage I might have scored? 0.02. You guess? Oh man. Why make the holes on this? Because orchids like to have, they're planted for orchid, and orchids like to have air and good drainage. So a good way to do that is to make pots with holes in them. You could also, I've had customers buy these and just put like a tea light in them and use them as a permanent pumpkin, so to speak. Right. Yeah, Riley. Clonanthus was not here for that, I don't believe. But how much water should I give my orchid, Ben? I heard ice cubes are good. Yeah, ice cubes are good too because it's not too much water. You don't want to over water. I mean, you really don't want to over water anything, but over watering, you want it. You water it and drain them out good. So it really depends on the size of your orchid, but water it quick, shake out all the water. It's that easy. and they like to be in the same place. You're not too much light, a good amount of light, and they do not like to be moved. They like stability and like to be in the same place. Those are my orchid recommendations. They're finicky, I guess I'd say. Clancy says, thank you for the explanation. Of course, I hope I explained it all right for you. Should I remove the weird moss it came wrapped in? The orchid? No, what? So like, I'd actually have to visually see what you're talking about there. They're wrapped in a weird moss. That might be the soil itself, because some people don't use the bark, the hell, bark mulch. So they might have that as the soil basically, which again is just, it's just something for it to sit in. So if it's alive and it's blooming and everything, I wouldn't mess with it. That would be my suggestion. And if the bloom comes back, is the big one. You gotta, sometimes it could be like our house, we have very low light, so there's years where one of our orchids doesn't come back, and then the next year it does. So Jimmy. Yeah. You mean she's beautifully in bloom? Should I get bark and put it in that? I mean, they actually sell like orchid planting soil, so which might contain some nutrients, so for feed, because you don't just water plants, you also feed them. So you could, but you'd have to see your exact situation. But hang on, I'll hit the button so I can take a look at what you look like. I don't see an orchid. But yeah, nice shirt. All right. Thank you guys for the 51 likes today. Very kind of you all. And kind of you guys, whoever just popped in and didn't hit that. Either way, it's nice of you to be hanging out with me, Lily. As you can see, these pots take a lot longer than what you normally see me do. And this is one of those jobs that, like, I always feel it in my, trapezoids? Because I'm like this the whole time. Neck down. My tummy rumbling. My tummy says, eat. I have plant lights. Do they dislike much artificial light? Really depends on how much you're giving it to them. Like I said, they kind of like to be in the same place. Though I don't know, to be honest with you. I've never grown orchids or much of anything artificial with artificial lights. So that's a good question for Google, to be honest with you. Ah, you got dumb. You got one more hole to put in there. Last bet. SJM, anyone know of a store that would have large amount of charcoal? Like an abnormal, like, you mean like like a truckload or something? Instead of just bags? Tell me hungry. Nah, big bags or something. Well, I know they would have basic bags for that, obviously, at your local Home Depot or whatnot, but for big bags, do you have Blue Seal up by you, SJM? I could see like a Tractor Supply as well, having a large amount of that. Make your own charcoal, get a drum barrel, fill it with wood. Oh, he does. I'm sure he's done a lot of firings in his barrel. I'm a lot of bats, guys. That's a lot of pots. That's a lot of pots on bats. You don't think it doesn't sound familiar? Oh yeah, Tractor Supply. I'll try. Yeah, give them a call before you make a trek. Blue Seal is more like or Blue Seal. They might be Agway too, because a lot of the Blue Seals got bought out by Agway down here. But I feel like for some reason I just have it in my head that they would have. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, an Agway. But I would definitely think that a Tractor Supply would have larger bags anyway. If you were in Australia, passerby could hook you up with real coal, probably. Why doesn't Fresh Cuppa Joel have gift buttons? What, on his videos? Should be able to. I don't know. He is monetized. Should be able to do that. If you feel sorry for how you treated him and now you want to give him a gift. Nay means no. Yeah. I thought it meant nay. Yeah. And thank you, was it yesterday? Or was it, yeah, yesterday you did the super sticker. Thank you yesterday, and thank to both you and to Dr. Amy Adams yesterday. That was huge. You guys did way too much. Speaking of giving, that was very nice of you. Much appreciated. No, never. Freedom. That's coming from William Wallace. Is that William Wallace? I heard he was 7'2". That can't be William Wallace. That looks like Mel freaking Gibson. All right, guys. Misa done. I'm done. Cleaned up. Then, I don't know. Do I need to? I think I do. I need to pack a kiln. Hey, okay, garden, double shift sounds rough. Yeah. Doubles. Nice Jam Ceramics. Dude, so nice to see you in here. It's so nice to be able to have you back in these. So, yeah, it's a pleasure, SJM. So, yeah, anyway, I hope everybody here has a good weekend. I hope everybody has plans to do something nice, even though I asked you, and the only one that said they were doing anything cool was Joel. Everybody else just didn't answer, so I took it as, y'all ain't doing nothing. But, yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your... how many holes can you have before it's unstable for the pot? Well, yeah, you usually actually let these pots dry leather hard and then put the holes in it, right? But yeah, if you just did holes around the middle of it, it could totally mess up the stability of the pot. So I don't know how many that is. I've never gone too many because you don't need all that many. Let's see. SJM, thank you, man. No, of course, thank you. And are you going to be doing any streaming or any videos again anytime soon? No pressure, but if you are, please let me know. Or you can get my information from Joel if you have to reach out. Garden, you and Joel gift us with all your with all your live stream. Yeah, we do. And I don't know, if Joel's down, I'd be down to do another live stream with him at some point. Who knows, maybe next week or something. Whenever we get a moment. But that'd be fun. Were you here in the live that we did together, Garden? Worth more than cash. Oh, cool. That's nice to hear. Barbara says, time to get to work myself. Thank you, Ben, for another great live. It's always a good day to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, Barbie. Do you know you both master Pottery? Cheers. Cool. Thank you, Garden. Thank you, Garden. All right. So, have a great weekend, and I will catch you next week. I'll hop on next week. This weekend, I got to sell pots at the store, so I might be able to go live down there. I don't know. Or maybe I'll make a long-form video. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to do. And I have no idea what I'm going to do in about 10 minutes, other than pack a kiln. So, loves you. Love you for a long time. All right. See you guys later. And stay classy, YouTube. Pop a wheelie. Do an endo. Drive it like you stole it. Don't do any of that. Be safe. Be well. For the laughter. I like that one. All right. Take care. Peace. My thumb is huge. Later.